That being said, it's Monday. We skipped this last week because at that point we were dead. The Steelers' season was over. There's nothing worth talking about. I wouldn't ask this question to anybody at all because I know the answer would just hurt to come out. But they're back. Playoff odds increased to a solid, I think it was 11% after that game, which is way better than the 3% they were looking at heading into it. They got 2 more games. They travel to Seattle, then they travel to Baltimore. They could face a Baltimore Ravens team that has nothing worth playing for at that time, so maybe they get some backups. Great game against Cincinnati. The best game of the season, hands down. Where do you stand with the Pittsburgh Steelers right now? Do you think they have any shot to put themselves in contention for the playoffs? Obviously, you cannot control what other teams are going to do. They need some help. That would take forever to dive into. They have to win out. That's step one. How much faith you got in these guys to pull it together and get 10 wins on the season? Like, you think about it, they win these last 2 games, they get 10 wins on the season.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I have a lot more confidence in them now than I did, before this game started.
Yes.
But I don't know. I feel like anything can happen with this team, and I just feel like they had, call it Christmas magic, call it, Mason Rudolph stepping in and saving the day. Maybe George Pickens can't be this motivated all the time. Like, who knows? You're not going to face this beat up of a team every week, but I don't know. I feel like I walk away with confidence. Like, I feel, I don't know. I call me being a victim of the moment, but I feel like they kind of have something with Mason right now. I feel like they at least have some lightning in a bottle with him. There's a connection with George Pickens. There's an understanding of the offense. There's a chemistry there with everyone that just works. The offensive line was also clicking today in a way that went.
They look good.
I think, that went underrated. And so I think it's absolutely within their control to win out. I don't think that Seattle team is wildly impressive. I think they're just as inconsistent as the Steelers team. Just kind of in the same realm of talented, but a lot of holes and just inconsistent. And then, like you said, like the Ravens, who knows what they're playing for at all, in week 18. I kind of suspect that this is a team who is really taking care of business all year long. I expect them to continue to do that to the point where they don't have to kind of sweat out that last week of the year, and they can lock up that 1 seed in the AFC before the Steelers get to Baltimore in week 18 at the beginning of January. So I'm pretty encouraged. I actually really think that there's a strong chance that they will win out. I'm going to go from complete defeatist to optimist in 1 week, but I'm riding the high right now, and I think that they have a great chance of finishing this season strong and getting Mike Tomlin another winning season and giving themselves the best shot possible to clinch that playoff spot.
I think I agree, and it's a tough place to be, and I won't lie to you. I think, next week we could be looking at this and saying it's all over, but Mason is the reason that I feel confident in this, and that is just because I don't think Cincinnati's defense was the best defense in the world. I don't think that they're anywhere near the challenge that the Baltimore defense is. I mean, they're not anywhere near the challenge that the Baltimore defense is, but I don't really know if Seattle's defense is, as matched up as every other defense that they've faced this season. I just think Mason looked like a vet. I think Mason looked comfortable enough that you give a team a shot on a week-to-week basis, and if he can continue to play like that, I don't see why you can't win football games. The Steelers are a talented group. They have a lot of injuries, but they're very talented. The thing is that they just haven't put it on the field, and there's been a lot of pieces that haven't put it on the field, but when one piece clicks, and they've seen this throughout the season, when one piece clicks, it just sets off every other piece. If the run game's going, the passing game is going a little bit. If the passing game's going, the run game's going a little bit. If the offense is clicking, the defense is clicking. Like, that's just, it's a domino effect. It's one feeds off of the other, and when nobody's feeding off of anybody, everybody stinks, and we've seen that a number of times. We haven't seen it more than maybe 2 or 3 where the offense is clicking and the defense and everybody else around it goes, all right, well, let's do this. Let's just have a good time and let's see if we can win a ball game. I think that's what Mason Rudolph brought to this team this week. Again, I don't know if it happens again, but if you ask me today, yeah, I don't understand. I don't know why you would say the Steelers couldn't ride this high and give themselves an opportunity to get into the dance. And they had three really bad games, three really defeated moments. But, and as cliche as this sounds, and we were actually joking about it before the game, this is a moment where if you're going to pick any coach in the NFL, Mike Tomlin comes in pretty clutch in these types of moments. And I'm not saying that's the reason that they're going to win. I'm just saying that he's got something about him that tells you, hey, look, you're going to get real fired up for these last two games. And I don't know, it could be a dogfight. Like you could win a game you could win these last two games 10-7, and we could be looking at these guys and saying, oh, they're going to get smoked in the first round of the playoffs. But there's something about a moment like this where you just kind of say, yeah, Mike Tomlin gives you like a little bit of something where, you could do enough. And I think that's all you need to do right now is enough. I think the Steelers got the spark that they needed. Can they ride it? Who knows? But I am certainly not dead on this team, and I was very, very dead on it 3-4 days ago. Like super beyond the season's over, shut it all down, dead. And here we are. Things are looking good. So